So, I hope you guys are well. It's Saturday, June 7th. I am starting the recording now. And guys, there's so much going on. I think this light is too bright. Let me just 1 second, okay? Um, this, okay, let me just be still here. Uh, just something. Just 1 second. I was gonna try to change the position. So, okay, so now I changed the lighting. I feel it feels right to me. Just got a little clear cool here. So let's do the protection right away. So I'd like to ask for protection. A beautiful ray of light coming on top of my head as I breathe in. I feel my lungs as I breathe out. I create a circle. I create a circle. I step into it. I step into it. I feel protected. I feel connected. I like to ask that information come only from the highest sources. Let it create the good and all the good, and so it is. So let's start, guys. There's so much to talk about. Okay, so I actually created a file with all the links. Let's see. 1 second. Okay. So the first thing that I just saw and I actually posted here is just 1 second. So just share. Okay, so White House security staff warned Musk's Starlink is a security risk. Starlink satellite connections in the White House bypass controls meant to stop leaks and hacking. Elon Musk's team at the U.S. Dodge Service and allies in the Trump administration ignored White House communications experts, worried about potential security breaches when Doge personnel installed Musk's Starlink internet service in the complex this year. 3 people familiar with the matter told the Washington Post. The people who spoke in the condition of anonymity said those who were managing White House communication systems were not informed in advance when Doge representatives went to the roof of the adjacent Eisenhower Executive Office building in February to install a terminal connecting users in the complex to Starlink satellites, which are owned by Musk's private SpaceX rocket company. Whoa, guys, it's so serious. The people said those managing systems weren't able to monitor such connections to stop sensitive information from leaving the complex or hackers from breaking in. It could not be verified whether the rooftop terminal remains installed or if anything could change now that Musk has receded from the government's. A Starlink guest Wi-Fi network appeared on White House phones in February, prompting users only for a password, not a username or a second form of authentication, according to the people. That Wi-Fi network was still appearing on White House visitors' phones this week. Okay. So, all right. So, wow, it really is, honestly, really it's I mean it is shocking, and it is not like, look at me, my glasses here. Let me just open it. There's an app here, so that I can start, because I liked the video yesterday or whenever it was, with the with this thing, so that I can keep, you guys can skip and I can keep track of that as well. Okay. So there's many questions here about this. I feel like, you know what? Still is 1 second, guys. You know, just saying my 1 second. I'm gonna just close the video 1 second. Okay, so that, because I feel like it's on my face. My eyes, I don't know if I didn't sleep much or what, but my eyes are a little red. So I want to keep it like, okay, so let's see here. Okay, good. All right. So Okay, good. So it's not as intense. All right, so let's ask this. Should I, I was gonna get cards. Let's just see here. What, so there, I have so many questions about this. First is why? Why did they install? I don't think there's any good reason for this. And just to tell you guys how bad it is. How, for example, I have my computer, I have a Mac, right? Something called the little, what is it? Little, I always forget the name of this. What is it called? Little Snitch. So it's a security application that monitors outgoing uh connections. So sometimes when like you have, it's like hackers or malware tries to get into your connection, usually they would try to take something and get it out. So if the connection is malicious, usually hidden through some, it's complicated to explain. But the bottom line is like, even I, as a random personal user, has an app to track this, because this is a basic way to track hack people getting to your network and your system, right? And the fact that they're bypassing this, think about it. It's I have no words to express this. It's really very, very bad. There's no good reason for something like this. And I think, and this is, I'm just telling you guys before even looking into this, think about it. Just knowing this, that this is, the White House is probably one of the places that hackers will want to get to the most, from all over the world, right? All kinds of hackers. The fact that they have this open door pretty much, right? They can transmit data out without being caught. Think about it. So, so this is just, again, just talking. So why? What, who, and what, and why? Guys, I have to be honest with you. It is, it's one of those, right, where have the world, where I see this image of Musk, ping, 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 the pings. Remember when I was looking into this, looking right after the election, this is one of the things I saw about the Starlink setting um, election data, but also data about us, citizens, all kinds of information. It's saying that they're using this to exfiltrate information. So I have a question. Why the White House saying Elon Musk was in the White House? Remember, he was working from the White House. That's one. And well, okay, I'm just telling you. Unfortunately, I'm still getting um communicating with Russians directly. Okay, from the White House. I'm not kidding. I have a question. Was the whole Doge operation something that he thought through to steal all this data, or something that Putin or Putin and him? So in other words, is Putin involved in this data information or not? Or not? Or is this him and his own thing? It's saying getting data about all the American citizens so he can use it for AI. I see one. But I see that also sharing the data with them. Yes. And it's saying also especially all the people who have ever worked anything related to Russia. They, tracking people down, doing all this kind of thing. Wow. Even people who escaped Russia, and went to work for the Americans. Personal data, all kinds of data. Wow. Okay. So what so I have a question. Does Russia have 24/7 access to whatever's going on? Honestly, I think they do in a way. And I see like there's spyware in there of all kinds. You see tiny cameras, tiny like I see they can pick up sounds. And yes, and it's so yes, and that's right. This makes it easier for them to get communicate and to get information. That's what I'm getting. So I have a question. I mean, I think Trump, we know that he works for Putin, right? But did he give implicit consent to this, or explicit or no consent? Does he know about this? He feels like he wants to have a 24/7 relationship with them, yes. But it's saying it to Trump, it bothers him that Elon Musk is the one. It's like he's above him making these decisions. Does it make sense what I'm saying? Because I kind of think they went above Trump. They were not, doesn't make sense because they felt, I see here, Russians felt like they could talk to Elon Musk better because he spoke their language, so to speak, in terms of the technology, at least some of it. It makes sense because if they were having to deal with somebody in Trump's team, it would be different. It's a Elon Musk working for them. It's much more targeted and much easier in a way. So, wow, very nice. Huh? So, wow. Okay. So the next question is, what what will happen now that they've had a falling out? Will this terminal be turned off or not? What's going to happen to this? I see that Trump may ask for it to be removed, actually. Yes, because he's afraid that, in a weird way, I feel like he doesn't care if Russians are doing something, but he doesn't like that Elon Musk could have information about him. So, and guys, today, by the way, I'm going to look more into this, but it looks like Trump's is continuing this thing, and he does not want to have a reconnection with Trump. By the way, I also posted a video by this man called Jason J. Smart. He works for the Kyiv Post, a Ukrainian newspaper, and he makes videos on YouTube. He was explaining how Russians are exploiting the field. It's real. Okay. But my question is this: is Trump not worried about the information that Musk has on him? Okay, so actually, mm, okay. So let me just pause 1 second because I'm gonna go get some cards. I'll be right back. Okay, so going back here to, is Trump not worried about the information Musk has on him, whether it's this particular data or other? It's saying Trump has spent his whole life knowing people have compromise on him, but he has played against it pretty well, except for Russia, but Russia has beat him. And he's saying that he also has compromise on Elon Musk. Right now, he has the upper hand because he feels that with government being at his fingertips, he can harm Musk's businesses. And I see, but I have a question. What happened that made Trump turn? Like, what did he lose fear? What happened? Fear of Musk? What happened? He just got annoyed, and the allies of Trump were all against Musk. So it was a perfect storm. And they told him that he can in fact do things against Musk without worrying about consequences. So that's what he's doing. Okay, so just cards fell. 1 second. I'm gonna go get it and we'll go back. Thank you guys for your support, for watching my videos. If you haven't, please press like. If you haven't subscribed, subscribe. Because I know it's funny. The cards just fell like on the floor here, right? I went to get it and I thought, I remember, guys, it's been years since I've worked from co-working spaces, sometimes from home. My home situation is, not predictable. some way. Sometimes it's good. Sometimes I can't record from home. Sometimes it's a good meaning like sometimes I don't have enough privacy. Long story, it's personal, but and it's also very good for me to separate. So even before when I would go to working spaces, I would bring my cards in my bag and I would have to like go to the phone booth and kind of hide the cards. And sometimes I didn't know, it wasn't an open thing. And now I think, wow, how nice it is to have an office so that I can do whatever I want. And I put a little like glass like frost thing so that I put it. You have to ask them to do it, so which I did. So you have privacy, not total privacy, but I I just love go. Oh, so did I see an orb? I feel like I saw an orb, but it's very nice. So thank you. And okay, so I'm just doing cards just now. So just to get more information. So is Trump. I'm not worried about the information. Scans with him. Queen of Rods, okay. Oh wow, death. Could create death. Oh. Oh, guys, this is so interesting. This elect. This is Six of Wands is a person in a parade, right? So it could be connected to election in that sense. So energy could not necessarily have to be able to see here. Ending greater and related to the election. So I'll just see one more card. Oh wow. Ten of Swords here. Wow. So interesting. It's interesting because the situation looks pretty dire. And look at the parade. It's interesting, right? Create a painful ending and create an ending. Both together suggest something very big. So we'll just see what more cards here. You know what? Hold on a second. Get these German cards. So wow. So let's see here. Any more. So is Trump not worried about me? One moment. Uh oh wow, this is big money, big money. This is interesting. Alliance, right? Meeting, social interaction. Woman. This could be Susan Wiles, could be many people. Oh, okay. Could be sexual. Okay, thanks. So sexual encounter. Meaning sexual encounter. So that he's not afraid. It's saying he knows dirt on Elon Musk. So that's a bit why he's not so is he not afraid? But it wasn't. I have a question. Did okay, hold on a second. Let's just see more parts here. So the thing that could end him create this very painful ending. Is it how Trump thinks of Musk or how Musk thinks of Trump? Okay, election, woman, secret. Yeah, so what could be secret about Kamala? That's right. Wow. Okay. So it's saying they're bound together, so then they both feel the same. Interesting. Okay, so okay. So all right. Okay, so this is this part. And from the cards, what is going to happen with the whole Starlink connection? What will Trump do about what's going to happen with this whole Starlink connection installed on top of the White House? Okay. Child misfortune. Wow, this is a Building, building, remember? Wow, wow, wow. Conver Whoa, conversations upside down. So they're capturing the conversations. That's right. Misfortune capturing conversations. New beginning. So what about the child? Tell me about the child. Big prize. What about the child is new beginning or small or something very small? Ideas captured. So they know everything they're planning. That's it. They're saying, yeah. But yeah, so are these going to be removed? In other words, they have, is it going to get removed or what? Is Trump going to remove those? Emperor upside down. Wow, man. Public or network. Sorts. Things change. Things are going to change. Live exposed. Wow. You know what I feel like? If I feel like Trump himself is not driven to remove it because he knows who has talking, right? But others close to Trump may want it removed. Okay, and may actually have make it happen. But this is going to lead to even further and further escalation. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next crazy subject. Okay. Wow. Wow. Okay. Guys, as I was getting ready, I have all these cards here, just kind of organizing just for a few seconds. It came to me like the words, what kind of information you're saying, Rosie, they, they it will become clear to the public that that Russia is in the house. Does make sense? This is just yet another instance of them. Okay, you understand, like right? Okay, so because it showed me also that one, let's say that it connects to Starlink, right? But the data Starlink is sort of like the mid connection. The final connection is not Starlink. And if you trace it, you can very easily find, not we, right? But specialists can find out where it's going. So, okay. All right. All right. All right. Okay. So now truly going to the next. Just to give you an update on this. And I know some people may think, oh, it is not a fake thing, and it's not, they're saying, oh, it's not it's some sort of like distraction. I think there's more to this because this is the core clown show, let's say, right? That they are feeding us. So but I think this is relevant actually. It's not minor. Okay. So Trump says relationship with Musk is over. So apparently Trump gave an interview to NBC News where he said, so US President Donald Trump has said his relationship with Elon Musk is over. I would assume so, yeah. Trump told NBC News. When asked if he thought the pair's close relationship had ended, he replied no when asked if he wished to mend the damaged ties. And then the important passage here is, okay, Trump said Musk had been disrespectful to the office of the president. I think it's a very bad thing because he's very disrespectful. You could not disrespect the office of the president, Trump said. Okay. Okay. When asked about the prospect of Musk backing Democratic candidates that run against Republicans, Trump said he would face serious consequences. So, so, so that's interesting. So why did he say? I know what I'm getting, guys, as I'm saying this to you. I'm thinking that Trump is expecting he wants more money for himself, like some sort of bribe offer of like hundreds of millions or something, 200 billion, something like he wants Elon to come back and offer him more cash. That's what I think. That's what I think. That's what I pick up. And he loves this position where he has control over things, because I think in some ways he does right now. Okay. So, all right. So then the part about when he said that Elon Musk would face serious consequences. What does Trump mean by that? Okay. What does Trump mean by that? Okay, so what does Trump mean by that? I see that saying Trump is fundamentally a very jealous person. So he wants Elon Musk's money. He's going to take him down and take some of his money, because really that's what Putin has done in Russia, right? With a lot of these oligarchs. So what does he mean by that? And will he do anything? Okay, faithfulness. And if he's unfaithful, soldier is usually in this system, our system. Violence, attack, friend, interesting. Wow. Also could be the friends of Trump could unleash attacks on him because he's considered to be disloyal. He's going to send it. That's what I'm thinking. Recognition. Hold the order session stuff. Okay, the all clouds. Understands. Okay, let's see here. Things are changing. Okay, this is quid pro quo. So debts, right? So quid pro quo debts. Okay, anything. So, all right, so ideas. Here's inside of Duncan. With the download, thoughts or information could also be from far. So information, I really do think here's common information about the election. So it is in his, I see that in Trump's mind, he thinks that Elon is not, he's not, he's not going to dare, because he knows what could happen to him if he reveals that everything will be over for him, for Musk. Okay, so let's go to other topics. Okay, there's so much going on, and this is something that many people have sent me. So this is a strange thing, because so there's this conference. So I'll actually click on it and share with you. There's this conference in Moscow. It's supposed to be some sort of like technology thing, a problem of the future. But look at the list of speakers. Okay, look at this. Oh my God, fighting for ideology of sovereign Russia, like it's such BS. Here it is, speakers. Now, here's Sergei Lavrov, the foreign minister, Elon Musk. Okay, and we know that Elon Musk and his dad don't necessarily get along, and his dad says a lot of bad things about him, but there he is in Russia. And so we see here, Dmitry seems like he was a very high level and open, high level Russian asset. He worked for the U.S. for decades, and there he is, George Galloway. Oh, now I want to mention also that guys, some people I never know if they are trolls or they're serious, but this guy Jeff, it's misspelled, but Jeffrey Sachs is an economist, and people would send, oh look, he has a nice video about this, and I reply, he's a Russian asset, and there you go. Because really, why would anybody go? You only go to these places if you have a collateral. You know what I'm saying? Like you're supposed, there's no dissent, right? So that's what I say when people send me. When you find a content on the internet, try to look up the person and see their history, because clearly, whatever the talking points he has, maybe he did do a video that sounded somewhat okay, but you can't trust people like that, because they have a history of not only aligning, but very, very physically close to the Kremlin, right? Alex Jones, and all these very high level Russians. Max Blumenthal, he works with the Greys on all these Russia, very aligned to Russia propaganda. Okay. So, okay. And then again, these are very, very high level people in the Russian government. But look at how bizarre, right? So there's a priest in a technology conference with our sovereignty. Okay. So there you go, right? Don't you guys, don't you think it's fascinating to me that they put Lavrov next to, this is how important and how high profile the Musk situation is for them. Okay, so So having said that, what is going to happen to this? I mean, guys, like us, this is not a secret. The guy married his stepdaughter. He was married to the mother, and then he decides to marry she was a girl, I guess, she was raising her or something. Then he marries the girl and has two children with her. Can you imagine? This is this is what led Elon Musk. It's really not horrible. I'm not saying obviously Elon Musk is a horrible person, but his dad, not much better. So, okay, so what the hell is up with that? What's happening? This conference. And I think also Elon Musk probably is not happy with this thing because I'm not sure he likes his dad. So tell me about this. Oh, I see that he loves it. This guy, he has such a huge ego. And he knows that this would really upset his son, and he's doing it. Sort of, and I feel like he's sort of like a stand-in for Elon Musk to the Russian audience. But Elon Musk is furious that the father has decided, you know what I mean, without the permission, you know what I mean, has decided to just do it like that. So rude, so disrespectful, right? And he's enjoying it. So, and I see that they're doing this to provoke Trump also. And honestly, I'm getting they truly are wanting Elon Musk to come to Russia, but I don't think Elon Musk wants to. Because when push comes to shove, right, these billionaires, they don't want to go live in hellhole Russia, right? No, they don't. So I would say I feel like I get immediately that Elon Musk knows what's up. He feels the pressure. He knows what this is really about. Wow. Okay. Hmm. Okay. Well, okay. Okay. And he's oh, wow. So will Elon Musk, okay, let's see. Just to confirm here, will okay, so will Elon Musk ever escape to Russia, a la Snowden and Assad? We know, right? Snowden didn't have money, but Assad, what the hell, is he even alive? I'm sure. Wouldn't like, yeah, come over because he's looking at all the money, right? So, so will Elon Musk escape to Russia? A la Snowden and Assad. Okay, how? Oh, disappointment. Offer, interesting. He's disappointed with the White House, and he has received an offer. And even Lev Parnas was saying on Twitter today that according to his sources, Vladimir Putin has guaranteed his safety. Want to go there? Come here, Elon. I am very loving. I am very loving for you. Trust me. I very safe person. I make sure you never get to window. Trust in me. Mm. Okay, cheerfulness. Widower is gonna be okay. Okay, that's gone. So interesting. He was happy one day, then he lost. Like this card, widower is also about losses, but it didn't last. Okay, gift, dream. Thinking of gift, the White House. Okay, stars. It's with Starlink, right? Okay, it's a Starlink and offer. So it's interesting. I see a lot of offers, and even Elon Musk considering making an offer to Trump, but I don't see him actually going. Doesn't make sense. So the offers are truly on the table, but does he actually go? Chariot. Interesting. So it could even be that he tries because it's upside down here, just desperate, but he doesn't. False person. He's a false person himself. Oh, look, this would be the card of flighting, but I don't feel like it actually happens. You see the next one. Yeah, it's like problem people. If he tries, people let him out, right? I don't feel like it actually happens. Facade, he has a lot of pride. So I think there could be plans for this. He could even try, but do I see him actually escaping? Probably not, because really, in a way, when you go to Russia, it's over, right? You can never leave. And he's probably going to lose everything. So he knows that, and he knows he'll never see his kids again and all that. He knows that at the end of the day, as much of a traitor as he has been, he knows that the US is a lot safer for him. Okay. All right. It's all right. So let's go to the next subject. Okay. So the next subject is the spending bill. And that this whole fallout started, I guess, with the spending bill situation. So, so what happened, huh? What happened? Let's see. So let's see. Okay. Trump's bill is floundering in the Senate as Musk attacks intensify. This was yesterday, Friday. Senator Ron Johnson, a Republican from Wisconsin, said the bill doesn't have a chance of passing the Senate in its current form. And remember, guys, that Trump gave the deadline for, remember, July 4th? Okay, so let's see what is going. So is this going to see here? Is this bill going to pass the Senate? Okay. So what is going on today? Is this bill going to pass the Senate? Okay, so what is spending bill? Pass the Senate. I see it's interesting, this image of Musk coming with a big log of wood, trying to like ham it in, like ram something, right? And stop this whole thing and no, no, no. And then Trump is trying to kind of physically fight him. And then the bill just falls apart. And the whole thing is on the floor, but not on the floor of the House or the Senate, but just on the floor, like in pieces. And then like, let's see. Okay, let's see. I just see Trump on the floor and nothing. So what would the bill pass the Senate? Okay, this is money. Bo, Elon is right. They're judging it, talking, but will it pass? Oh, Seven of Swords is literally, guys, the card of treachery. No, so no. Malady. Malady could also mean that time off, very, very sick. Money. Coffin, that's it. No, no. It doesn't look like it will pass the Senate. Okay. All right. So let's go to the next subject. So finally, this is something that a lot of you have sent me. It's about the lawsuit, the election lawsuit in Rockland County. So let me share this with you. And you know, it's so sad, guys, that the media is not reporting. This is all, the links are all PR, right? Here it is. So it's a PR press release. So a seminal case questioning the accuracy of the 2024 presidential Senate election results in Rockland County, New York is moving forward. In open court last Thursday, Judge Rachel Tangray of the New York State Supreme Court ruled that discovery must proceed, pushing the lawsuit brought by smart legislation into the evidence gathering stage. The lawsuit seeks a full hand recount of the presidential and U.S. Senate races in Rockland County. There is clear evidence that Senate results are incorrect, and there are statistical indications that the presidential results are highly unlikely. If the results are incorrect, it is a violation of the constitutional rights of each person who voted in the 2024 Rockland County general election. The best way to determine if the results are correct is to examine the paper ballots in a full, public, transparent hand recount of all presidential and Senate ballots in Rockland County. We believe it's vitally important, especially in the current environment, to be absolutely confident about the results of the election. So let's okay, let's Look into it. Okay. Okay. So, so first of all, what will happen in this lawsuit? Uh, will it show, will they show what we all really believe, and the data suggests and so forth, right? So what's going to happen here? I see a lot of pushback, resistance, but they continue, and they have to do it. And I see that they haven't destroyed the ballots, right? They're so, yes, and it doesn't connect. It will show the discrepancy. So then I feel like it could even go to the Supreme Court. So let's see. Tell me about this election lawsuit. Wow, defeat, interesting. A lot of stuff. This is stress, burden. So there's people who know this quickly. Interesting. All right. So gift upside down, reunion meeting, gonna be exposed. So a lot of people tried to stop it from happening. So deal, happy deal, private sports. So they got it's moving forward, of course, correct. Fighting, aggression, treachery, and hacking. That's it. So show me. So it says yes. So, but what happens when, because guys, so many people, this is not new. For decades, there have been irregularities in elections. And I don't know that it has ever been successfully overturned because of these lawsuits. What is going to happen then? Makes sense. That's what I like to know. Yeah, so I think it's going to come out, but I also feel like it's not the only thing that will come out. I get this image again of one of those Doge kids who participated in the whole, because the whole election thing, right? They needed a lot of people, uh, uh, right? So, wow. Okay. So, wow. Okay. So here's this. Okay. One of the hackers that was, remember how there's a lot of them that participated that we saw psychically, and also we know one of them at least who had created the ballot uh, app, reading ballot app. I remember this. They will come out and explain how it happened. But it's saying it's after Elon Musk says it. And I still think he's going to say something. I know people said, well, Rosie, he's not going to say it because it will incriminate him. But he's crazy. That's the thing you have to remember. His ego needs to take responsibility for it. He wants to show the world that he did it. That's more important to him than any legal consequences. Okay. So, okay. So, wow. So this is it. So, what, how important, let's say this, how important is this lawsuit, election lawsuit? Is this a recount? How important is this recount? Interesting. Impasse. Now, the urn is something secret, keeping it secret. Okay. The irregular or too regular. What is that? Tell me more. That's right. Pentacles. Oh, this could also be sometimes, guys, pentacles could be the votes themselves. So it have to be money. But right. So there's something irregular. That's right. All this, there's irregularities. Okay. So negative surprise. And look at this card. How interesting. If you look at it, they find the ballot, right? It's like it's a card of surprise. Usually finding money surprising, but it could also be a bag of ballots when you think about it, right? So journey of something foreign and a recommendation. Who are the technical people doing this? A change, a card of change. A letter could be lawsuit, could be oh, look, and and what is here? Boss locked. That's right. So Yeah, so I see that it will go forward. It will show that discrepancy, but more is going to come out. It's like I see first is that big one of the punch of Musk. Then people come out and say it that there was this mistake. Then there's this recount. But I feel like so is okay. I have a question. Is Trump going to be in power when this comes out? Is Trump going to be in power when these election results come out? Is Trump still be Trump or Vance, as you say, be in power when this comes out? There's people behind the scenes. Money. Okay, has to go before this is a card of someone leading when it's upside down. Be be led to lead. So behind the scenes, therefore, silly. Okay, so side. Oh, that's right. Private crazy people. That's it. Privately, the crazy people are upset. Oh, here's theft, right? Theft, unexpected money, but it could also be unexpected results, right? Unexpected votes. Oh my God, oh my God, oh my God. They're so scared, they're so scared. Good person, friend, news, succeeds. So it succeeds, but it doesn't make sense. So I think so it didn't so is Trump gonna show me now through visions? Is Trump gonna be in power when this comes out? Is Trump going to be in power? I don't see him fighting it. So it because it will I feel like this will take longer than Trump's length of stay in the government. That's what I feel like. But it will support the reasons for the removal and saying the American public will have to be like will need to get the explanation as to why. Right. So yes, it's going to come out. And I see like this bowels, showing the truth, right, about what this really is. So I was just saying, wow. So okay. Oh my God, no, really very, very interesting. So I'm gonna go now because it's been very long. I still have a couple more topics, but I'm going to talk about them next time. Okay. So thank you so much for watching. Have a wonderful Saturday night, and I'll talk to you tomorrow. Bye bye.